Guys, welcome back to the political landscape. Today we're going to be looking at the 2028 election map between Gavin Newsom and JD Vance. But before we get started, if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe and like this video down below. So let's get started. So the 2024 election was really a landslide for Trump. He did very well in all 7 swing states. He won all of them. And he won some states by bigger margins than what you would have thought of. Like Arizona, he won by 5.5%. And North Carolina, he won by 3.2%. And so in this video, we're going to see JD Vance. We're going to see if he's going to be able to replicate that kind of environment that Trump is going to do. But without further ado, let's get into it. So let's start off with the safe states. First, for Gavin Newsom, we have Washington, Oregon, California, Hawaii, Colorado, Vermont, Connecticut, Delaware, Maryland, DC, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, probably also Illinois, Maine's 1st Congressional District, and I think that might be it for the safe states, putting Gavin Newsom's safe electoral votes at 149. Now let's go to JD Vance's safe electoral votes. We have Alaska, Utah, Idaho, Montana, Wyoming, North and South Dakota, Nebraska at large, along with Nebraska's 1st and 3rd congressional districts, Kansas, Oklahoma, Texas, Louisiana, Arkansas, Missouri, Iowa, Mississippi, Alabama, Florida, South Carolina, Texas, Kentucky, Indiana, and West Virginia, maybe Ohio, but for right now I'm just going to have that as not a safe margin, putting JD Vance's safe electoral votes at 201. So you see off the bat, JD Vance has a big advantage. He's only 69 electoral votes away from clinching the 270 needed to win. Now, I did put Texas and Florida into the safe electoral column. If you look, you see that Trump won Texas by 13.7%, which is a big margin considering just 4 years before this, he only won it by 5.6%, about an 8-point shift to the right. So I do believe Texas will stay above that 12-point threshold needed for a Republican to win it by a safe margin. And then the same with Florida. Florida shifted about like 9 points to the right. Trump won it by 13.1%. And so I do believe JD Vance will probably also win this by a safe margin. Now let's go to the likely margins for each party. Let's start off with JD Vance. I do believe he's going to win Ohio by a likely margin. Trump actually won Ohio by 11.2%, which is a little under 12 points. So I probably see JD Vance doing about the same here. Ohio is JD Vance's home state, and so he'll definitely have an appeal there. And what people don't know is that it's really hard to get some of these Trump voters out. So I don't know if JD Vance is going to do as well as Trump did. We'll just have to see. And then I think that's about it for the likely margins. Again, safe margins are 12 plus points. Likely margins are 6 to 12 points. Lean margins are 3 to 6 points, and tilt margins are 0 to 3 points. Now let's go to the Democrats' likely margins. The first one we have is New York. New York shifted a lot to the right. We see that New York shifted 11.4% to the right. It's definitely a right trending state, and a lot of that had to do with Trump on the ballot. Trump has a strength, and some of these Democrat strongholds, he made a lot of gains in the cities. And so if Republicans continue to make gains, New York could become a competitive state in the near future. So that's going to be a likely state. Another likely state that we have is Maine at large. Maine at large voted for Harris by about 7 points. Probably see it around that margin, a likely margin. I forgot to put Maine's 2nd district as a likely margin for JD Vance. We see that Trump won it by 9 points, and so that would be a likely margin. And then I think that's about it for the likely margins. Now let's go to the lean margins. Let's start off with JD Vance. I believe that Nevada will be a lean margin. We see that Trump won it by 3.1%. Republicans have actually done pretty well in Nevada. They won the governorship there in 2022, and Nevada's a right trending state, especially because of the rules turning to Republicans, and so I believe that JD Vance would win this by a lean margin. Same with Arizona. Republicans did really, really well in Arizona. Trump won it by 5.5%. Republicans really just swept the competitive House seats. They lost the Senate because of Carrie Lake and because she was just a terrible candidate for the GOP. And Turning Point Action has done a lot of work in here, getting out these people out to vote, especially in these college areas. And so I believe that Republicans are going to do well in Arizona and win it by a lean margin. So I believe that North Carolina is also going to be a lean margin. We see that Donald Trump did pretty well in there, winning by over 3 points. The Republican Party there is very competent. I believe that will be a lean margin. And so that's it for the lean margins for the Republicans. Let's go to the Democrats. First one we have is New Mexico. I do believe that'll be under 6 points. We see that Harris won it by exactly 6 points, but because of Latinos in New Mexico, it is trending to the right, and so I do believe that's going to be a lean margin. Then we have Virginia. I also believe Virginia will be a lean margin. Trump did pretty well in Virginia. He won by, Harris actually won by 5.8%, but Virginia overall trended to the right, and so I do believe it's going to keep on trending to the right, and that's going to be a lean margin. And then same with Minnesota. I also believe that Minnesota is going to be a lean margin. We see that Harris won it by 4.2%, and so it could possibly trend to the right. I probably think it's gonna trend to the left because of the St. Paul and Minneapolis metro area, but that anyway, that is going to be a lean margin. And then New Jersey is also going to be a lean margin. New Jersey shifted a lot to the right. We see that New Jersey shifted 10.1% to the right. So definitely not good for Democrats there. And Republicans just keep on making ground up in New Jersey, and I believe that they're going to win that by a lean margin. And then the last 4 states, we have Georgia, Pennsylvania, Michigan, and Wisconsin. I believe all of these are going to go to JD Vance by tilt margins. I do believe New Hampshire, Gavin Newsom's gonna win by a tilt margin. You saw that Harris only won New Hampshire by 2 points, which is really bad for Harris. So I believe that will probably stay in the tilt margin. And then Georgia, Trump won by about 2 points. Pennsylvania, he won by about like 1.7%. Michigan around 2 points, and Wisconsin, I'm pretty sure about like 0.9%. So I believe that JD Vance will keep all of these states and that he will win 312 electoral votes, while Gavin Newsom will hold on to Nebraska's 2nd district by a lean margin. So this is my way too early 2028 prediction between JD Vance and Gavin Newsom. JD Vance would win 312 electoral votes to Gavin Newsom's 226. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to smash the like button down below and subscribe. Comment your thoughts or suggestions in the comment section down below. Shout out to Diana Barbie, our first channel member. If you would like to become a member, you can join near my channel logo. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.